Facebook, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? YouTube, what's going on, man? We getting live. We live. We want to thank everybody that's viewing right now, that's coming in. We're waiting for people to come in. We want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. Uh, First of all, this is our first show, the first of the new year, and this is our show for the first show of the 2023. So we want to thank everybody for showing up and coming in as we begin our podcast, man. I want to thank my partner DJ Black. I want to thank Jay Austin. We want to thank everybody for uh for the support. We want to thank everybody, man, that's been viewing us. We've been at this thing for almost a year and a half right now. So we want to just thank everybody, man, just for supporting us and doing what you do. Man, it's been real, man. At the top of the clock, we want to get right to the news. And man, it's been interesting to say the least. Tonight, our broadcast, the subject tonight is: Are men the real reason women are promiscuous, or are they just doing what they want to do? So we're gonna talk about that tonight, man, and hopefully we can get a dialogue going. So first, I want to kick it off with everybody, man. As you all know, the rapper Gangsta Boo out of Memphis, Tennessee, has died. It's been confirmed today. She died at the age of 23. She died on January 1st, 2023. The story, what happened was is that she lived in California. She went to New York to celebrate with her guy friend in New York, and they were partying. And her guy friend he OD'd, OD'd, but he was able to manage to get back up. And she went to go see her family. Gangsta Boo went to go see her family in Memphis, and they found her on the front porch, dead. Um, and it was some of her friends said she was struggling uh, with depression with her father, but it was nothing self-inflicted. The coroner report is confirming that it was an overdose that happened to her. Um, that's unfortunate that happened to her. And our thoughts and prayers with her family, and in praying that she does well with that. And we her family can be able to manage, through the loss of that, of their family member. If mom is still alive, she can manage the loss of her daughter. If she Gangsta Boo had children, Gangsta Boo was royalty. She was the queen of Memphis. She was before Young Dolph, and she was before Yo Gotti. She was a member of 3 6 Mafia. They preceded Young Dolph and his young generation. Now, we already know 8 Ball and MJG was the gods, and they always be the gods and the elites, high elites of rappers in the Memphis area. So, rest in peace to Lil Boo. Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills, he passed out this past week on the football field. And right now, reports are coming in that our brother, he's doing fine. He was able to write on a piece of paper and he asked the doctor who won. And the doctor said, "You did, you won at the game of life." And he's responding to his family. He's talking with his family, and he's getting coherent and getting his strength back. The brother passed out the last game with the Bengals. I was actually at work when it happened, but I didn't see it. And I really don't want to see my brother in that condition. I don't want to see no replays, none of that. I just want to make sure, I pray that brother make a full recovery. And they said, the doctor said that the way the heart, I don't know all the medical terms, but when you performing at such a high level like that, your heart is working as an athlete, and as human beings, our hearts work and come at a rest period. And it's a rarity when the heart runs at a rest period. That can be the most dangerous time to get any hits from the body or get any hits near the heart, because the heart is at a rest period and it can cause you to, pass out or something. It can be fatal if hit the right way. And it's just what happened to be perfect timing. He made a tackle. He got back up. He passed out, according to the reports. But he's doing okay. And we just we're gonna pray for him, pray for his family. The brother was doing a toy drive. And the toy drive, he was just trying to raise about $2,400 for the toy drive. When this event happened to him, with the toy drive, his goal was $2,400. They raised over, at the time, it was about $3 million, for the children in the toy drive. They said he working good in the community. He's a good guy. So when people came out and showed their support. Now it's a debate on the table of football players get hurt and hit all the time. They get their legs broke, back broke. I know when I was coming up, I used to see that. And, it's something that we saw coming up. But what was different about this is that we could have saw our brother take his transition on the field in front of everybody. And the players at the time, they were so shook. And you see grown men crying, so they made the decision to postpone the game. Now, Skip Bayless, he made a disparaging remark that some people agree with. He was saying in so many words. He said, "Hey, yeah, we know this is unfortunate, but what are we going to do about the season? We got to play this game because we're still in the playoffs." So they're more concerned about, and he was speaking of what was happening, but he didn't say that what happened to the young man was irrelevant. It was paramount, but it was taken the wrong way. Shannon Sharpe, he didn't come on undisputed, and he was upset about what Skip Bayless, but him and Skip Bayless and a lot of people then got into it with Skip Bayless because of his remarks. So we just gonna keep the brother in our prayers. Skip Bayless is gonna be who he is. This is sports. So that time it hit different because we saw a young man passed out on the field, and he could have easily transitioned right in front of the whole world on the field. That never happened before. I've never seen that happen. They could cut. I know when we were coming up, they used to cut the camera, go to commercial, get the person to play off the field and get back to playing the game. But the players was too shook. And the players on both sides, the Bengals and the Bills, they were shook and they was in solidarity. So to see that, they made a call to to postpone the game. We don't know how this is gonna play out, but whatever we get, we're gonna give it to y'all. And we're gonna make sure that y'all, informed of what's going on and what's happening. Man, it's so much, man. We had a good year. Man, it was 2022, man, been delivering some hands. We lost some great rappers, we lost entertainers, and man, the way the world is changing so much that we got to learn to love one another. We got to learn to love and appreciate one another, because we don't know when it's our time. We don't know when it's gonna happen, where it's gonna happen, but we just got to learn to love one another. And as an individual, I pray that each and every one of you, the best, and you, whatever resolution you have, I pray that you fulfill that resolution. If you just improving in your health, whatever you're doing. Let's get it going for 2023, and Happy New Year to everybody. The holiday season is over with. We got um, Christmas number 2. Christmas number 2 is tax season. So we know everybody getting they W-2s. So people ready to spend that money. And they're gonna run that money until April. So, we're gonna get that going. Man, tonight we dealing with man, and this is a subject. It says, why are men the real reason women are promiscuous, or are they just doing what they wanted to? A lot of times, man, you got to look at some individual circumstances. We're gonna go more in depth to it when Black get on. You got to look at a person's life, and you see the young women nowadays, man. It's a different type of vibe nowadays in America and all over the world. You can see how hip hop, you can see how music, you can see how culture have shifted and moved over to young people and society. Music and entertainment can be used as a tool to move and to promote an idea. And sometimes when you promoting an idea, it may take time for you to move that idea. So if I want to promote goodwill, or I want to promote a particular idea, I'm going to put that idea in music. I'm going to put that idea in all forms in order to promote it. Mao Zedong, the ruler of China, he said that he wanted to clean up China of the opium epidemic. And one way that he got rid of that, he would eradicate the heroin users. And what he did is they use arts and culture to promote the idea of establishing a new China. I think it's North Korea or South Korea. They play music solely in South Korea talking about the ruler and the government, because they want to put that in the people's head, the individual, the people of that nation, of what the culture is. So in America, we've seen an increase of violence in rap music. We've seen an increase of violence in movies, violence in video games. We've seen an increase of sexual overtones in all types of commercials. Now you can't really sell a car or rims without having a woman on it in a bikini. You can't really sell beer. Now you having beer without the hip hop artists. I remember they used to sell St. Ives Brew, and they would try to use the hip hop artists to promote this idea and have the masses of Black people and poor people drink beer. So in order to promote that idea, you can use arts and culture as an instrument to move the people forward. So now, as time go on, when I was coming up, you had certain and I'm speaking on and kind of getting you of the understanding of why women or the young girls are the way they are, what have happened to them. A lot of times you look at individual women, young girls that have been molested by their fathers, they've been raped. I didn't heard some stories of young girls being molested, women my age now, that were molested as little girls for years. by their uncles, by their fathers, and they would sleep with them from the age of 5 all the way up to they was 12 and 13 years old. So now your the first love that you have as a woman is the love of your father, if it's the father in the home. And the way you being treated by a man is going to determine, or your father is going to determine how you're going to deal and interact with men. So if the man is not in the home and you don't see an example of that, all you see is your mother, you're not going to know how to love a man properly because you don't see that man in the home. But if you got a man in the home and that man is abusive, that man is sexually abusive, mentally abusive, and you grow up, a lot of women, they grow up hard, they got hard shells, and this is a subject that is hard to deal with. Not just our young women, but our young girls have gone through the same thing. So we want to talk about it tonight. Did men make them this way, or is it something that they want to do? Now, I've met a few people in my life that engage in a certain lifestyle, and some of them voluntarily engage this. And it's a thing that in our community that I believe is a learned behavior. And when it's something that's given to you, we think it's fun, but it's somewhere from a place that it came from. That's right. Let me see, Tiger. That's right. That's right. And that's where, the origin of why we do the things we do is always the origin of why we do the things we do. So with the women, what is promiscuity? To be promiscuous is having multiple sexual partners. Having multiple sexual partners. Engaging in sexual activity with multiple people. Now, is it why the women? Why not the men? What is it about a woman and men that are different? Why is it that you focusing on the women? Are you picking on the women? No, we're not picking on the women. We want to know what is it that the core of why you engaging with multiple men in your life. Now, I've talked to women personally, and this is the thing that have happened to them is that they would, just based on personal experience, so this kind of anecdotal, that what have happened to them made them hard, made them very masculine towards men. They're very mannish women because of how men treated them. And then their attitude in their view of men is that this is an individual that always want to have sex with me. So the only way that I see myself and see myself of value is that I show myself physically to this woman. Show myself physically to this man by giving him the only way that I see his pleasure is I give him what he wants, and that's to show and display my body. So now when a woman engages in this, and men are at fault as well, when a woman engages in this, women's biological makeup is different from men. So we bond with one another. Women bond more because they the one that having children, they the one giving birth. Women make human beings. We lay the seed, but women make human beings. So that woman has to have the ability to bond with another human being that comes out of her. So it's a fact that a virgin when she marries that she has a 80 to 90% chance of staying in her marriage. A woman that has have 5 sexual partners has a 30% chance of marriage. As the number grows with individuals. Now, this is speaking in a general sense. This is not speaking on individual. We're speaking in a general sense. So as time go on and you having sexual experiences with different men, it's hard for you to bond with somebody now. So you may meet somebody that's a good man, but you really don't love him because you don't know how to love yourself. You don't know how to bond with yourself and bond with a man because you didn't had so many experiences. Now, the individual that you have that's a good man, he take care of the business, he do what he do. He may not give you the experience that you had in the past with other men. So now, not having that experience, you'll throw away good men to go find that pleasure in a man that may not be treating you very well. So now we want to know why. What is it? The danger of promiscuity. Do promiscuity? Also, the effects of it is depression. A lot of individuals have emotional problems, especially women, when it comes to promiscuity. Because when you're promiscuous, you're dealing with individuals, you're laying up with individuals. In your core of you, you want a man in your life, but you've gone through the courses that now you've had. One female we know, Brittany Renner, she said she had over 60 plus men in her lifetime. She said it's 60 is just the low end. But now Brittany Renner is regretting that she had sex with all these men. Because we know and you know as coming up, and it's not nothing to throw off on women. We know with the reputation and having a reputation with having a high body count, that is kind of difficult for you to find somebody that's going to be meaningful in your life and have something that's going to be worthwhile. So do we want to, is this something that a circumstance which you are willing to do? Or why is it that you're driven to have sex with so many people when the end result can be that you can be lonely, you can end up by yourself because your name, who you are, what you've done, and your reputation preceded you, that nobody wants to deal with you. And Brittany Renner is a beautiful woman, very attractive young woman, but no man wants to wife her. No man wants to deal with her because she used to get on the internet and talk about and teach women how to con men and get money out of them and date basketball players. So you know, we want to deal with that tonight and know the effects. What's up, fat boy? I see. And know the effects of what promiscuity, what it really brings. Now, everybody want to have fun. I get you want to have fun. You know, I get that you want to lay up and do what you do, you know, because all of us are grown. But everything in life has a price. Everything in life has a consequence. And do we want to keep going down this road, or do we want to change that? And that's why we going in the realm that we're going. I'm just waiting on D Black Man, but I still could talk about it. You know, in society, I know in Islam, you know, free love, man, free love is very dangerous. With free love, in a society, what can happen is that you can have a lot of broken hearts. You can have a lot of broken hearts. You can have individuals that look at marriage and frown on marriage. Now, you got a 50% to 60% divorce rate in America. The adultery rate is high. Why is that? Because the result of free love, nobody is responsible. When we out here with free love, nobody is responsible. So if they can get something and not pay for it, or have to be committed to it. You know, a man, if he can have sex with a woman and not be committed to her, he gonna run with it and get that pleasure. But I know back then, you know, during the times in those societies, especially in holy societies, you know, an individual used to get stoned to death. If you committed fornication or adultery, you got stoned to death in these societies, because if you let that type of behavior run in the society, it'll ruin the society. And when you have fornication and adultery happening in the society, nobody can trust nobody. Then you got to make up your own rules. You got to know what's happening within yourself and know what you're dealing with. Fat Boy, you want to hop in, man, dealing with the subject?
No, I'm just tuning in right now. I'm just trying to catch
Okay.
up.
Okay. I got you. So, man, that's what we dealing with tonight, man, because I done met a lot of great people in my lifetime. I done met, you know, individuals, man, that regret engaging in that certain lifestyle. Now, is it fun when you're young? You don't think about it. You don't think about all the partners. Well, what about the men? What about the men having all the women? Well, let's look at it and look how society looks at it. For women, and this is the truth, you can look at it. Women have more of an option in selection of partners they can have more than men. I'm gonna say that again. Women have more of an option sexually with men than men have with women. Now, 1/3 of men either haven't had sex in the last year, or they by themselves. Now, you looking at women, the least attractive women in whoever's eyes can get a man. If a woman walk in the room, no matter how this woman looks, somebody is gonna have sex with that woman, because it
Somebody
happens
go
all the
get
time.
her.
Gonna get her. But if a man comes in, it say the same thing. Who I want to lay who want to lay up with me? They're gonna call the police and say he a pervert.
Yeah.
Because it takes a little bit more skill for a man to gain a sexual partner than a woman does. See, in society, society don't look at what you can get easy. Society looks at what you get. It takes some work to get. That's why people respect hard workers. They respect football players, entertainers. They respect blue collar workers that build buildings and do different things, because that takes a lot of hard work and that takes skill. So with a man that can get women, it takes skill to get them women. Now, you probably come on this earth and you look good. Now, if you come on this earth and don't look good and you got your mouthpiece, that takes some skill to deal with an individual when you don't look good, but you got a mouthpiece. Because me and Black talk about this all the time. He said, man, you got some of these Negroes out here looking like they face got scraped on the ground and got the prettiest women. And you can see that it takes skill and confidence, and women can see that. Black, what's going on?
What's happening with you? Happy New Year to everybody. What's happening, Fat Boy? How you doing? Decatur, Texas. Ain't nothing like Decatur, Georgia, though. But it's out to the though.
Yeah, I thought you was down there in Texas.
Man, look. Texas can't offer me too much of nothing, man.
Right. Yeah, let's dive into
it. So y'all talking about I heard you schooling Fat Boy on how you gotta have skills to get a woman.
Nah, hell no. Fat Boy married. Fat Boy got the skills.
Okay.
Hell, I'm sitting up here, got to soak the juice up.
Yeah,
it's like but today, and Fat Boy tell you, today it don't take no skill. Today it don't take too much skill to get no woman. The women chasing the men down now. It don't take that much skill to get them. It's a sexual society right now, and I say that in so many of our broadcasts. It's a sexual society, and it don't take no skill. All they do is take somebody to say you popular. All you gotta do is halfway look decent. The women after you now. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think a lot of women.
Go ahead, fat boy. Break it
I
down.
think a lot of women, a lot of people nowadays, they switching the roles. The stuff we used to do, they doing now. And that don't mean nothing. I mean, it's straight to me. Hell, us as men, we did what we did. Now they just shit like they just caught on like hell. Yeah, they basically like I'm gonna get my lick back damn near. Shit, I'm gonna smash who I want to smash.
Right. And that's real.
And but like we were saying, women really can't do what men do and still be respected as a lady though.
Right.
A man can go out here and have 5 sex partners a week, and they're gonna treat us like a god. They'll say they stuff up under their breath, you know, but you know, you a god. A woman do that,
right.
He's labeled a whore.
Right.
So women at the end of the day, they out here doing their thing, but a man does that, more women is attracted to him. A woman does that, fewer men want them.
Yeah.
Right.
But the women don't see that. They don't see that. When I say want, we're not talking about sexually, because like he said earlier, it's easy for a woman to get a sex partner, but it's harder for a woman that has multiple sex partners to get a life partner. And they don't understand that. They the women don't understand it. They feel like they can get any man they want. They can get any man they want and all that. But yeah, sexually, yeah.
Dude,
but get that man that's gonna take care of you, that's gonna be there when you ill, be there when you feel bad, be there to lift you up when you feeling down. That's a different task.
But Black, do you think it's how them women who does all that there, how they carry themselves?
Oh yeah, I mean, did you go and look at any of the watch my stories? Go look at my stories this week, yesterday.
No, I haven't.
All day. Go watch my stories. And they on there doing all the little half naked twerking and all that stuff. And then they wonder why guys just see them as a sex object.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's just like a dude. If you smash however many you smash, but you carry yourself a certain way, yeah, you're gonna be like, yeah, that nigga that there. But hey, you ain't gonna get that one you want. Right. But once you settle down, you're gonna get the one. But a female, she can smash who she want to smash, as long as she keeping herself to herself. I mean, keeping her business to herself. You know, it's like how you carry yourself.
Guys,
I'm trying to say,
like a lady put on here earlier, a lot of the guys are pillow talking now. They, you know, a guy can't hold shit, 2 nickels in his hand without showing somebody one of them.
That's that new
shit. Especially the younger generation, they snitching. They tell it on themselves. They can't wait to tell they hit somebody's girl or somebody's wife, or you know, they can't wait to tell. So she can try to keep it to herself, but the homies know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you know, the homies know. And then the thing that gets me with this whole big sexual society and the cheating and everything that's going on, HIV and AIDS is still out there. And then nowadays the brothers are down low. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of down low brothers now that has live-in women, that has husbands and wives living together, the families living together, and the husband slipping off, messing with a tranny. You know what I'm saying? And are, you know, a known punk. And then that woman sneaking around with somebody or involved with somebody, and he's bisexual. So that disease is there. So it's like they acting like diseases disappeared all of a sudden, this new generation, and it's just free to just sex, unprotected. I don't get it, you know.
Right. They don't care about, they don't value shit.
I don't get it. And then society try to sneak in those HIV commercials. They sneak in the HIV commercials, but you know, back in the Gap, it was every other commercial, it was about AIDS. Now they slip them in every now and then.
Yeah.
And I guess that makes the society think that it's okay to
And
just get
now
naked
that
and just
they
have
making a
unprotected
pill,
sex.
they got a pill on one commercial. So that's making it even worse with homosexuality. They got a pill for some shit. I don't like fuck that
But that's
shit.
what's getting me. In today's society, everyone is sex, 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 but they acting like the diseases, the STDs just disappeared. They just went away.
Yeah, like
And
COVID
so,
don't thing out.
and when I ask women, I say, okay, she say, I'm doing me. He was doing him, so I started doing me. When we were growing up, back in the gap, the women were taught to respect themselves, respect their bodies. You know what I'm saying? Then the ones who have daughters was extra respectful to their bodies. Today it doesn't matter. They like he do it, I'm gonna do it. I cheat back. Those rap songs are preaching that to them females,
Right.
to cheat back. And other ones are, but the one who respect herself and know her worth, she's not gonna cheat back. She's gonna let him go. You know what I'm saying? She like, well, he want to get out there and do what he want to do. I'm just gonna let the streets have him. And they bag back. And those are the ones that I respect, that's more respected. But the ones, oh, I'm gonna cheat back. He do it. I'm gonna screw his friend. I'm gonna mess with his daddy. I'm gonna mess with his brother. That is like it's those rap songs messing up a lot of the real women today.
Right. That's man, because society, what do you think was the turning point that caused the women to be the way they are now, that it's so wide open?
They blame us.
Why you think they blame us? Why you think they blame us?
A woman want to be respected, but a lot of times they don't want to give the man nothing to respect. Right. When he get in that relationship and he tries to be in a relationship with her, she's still getting calls from an ex or a potential. Then she's on social media with half-naked photos, photo every third hour. She's taking pictures like she's still advertising. When you go out to dinner, they want to wear the clothes with the titties out to make other people look at them. It's like men get tired of that. And so when they move on and try to find them a plain Jane or a professional woman, now all of a sudden all men are dogs, men ain't this, they all liars, and I can't find a good man. Well, you had one. He just didn't want to tolerate your sluttish ways, you know. So it's like it's a lose-lose situation. Mm-hmm. But they blame, oh, he dogged me out. I tried being faithful and this man dogged me out. And so now they want to just get back their revenge, because a woman majority of the women are revenge people. A woman gonna get you back. If you heard her aim before she died is to try to get you back. So in some shape, form, or fashion, she wants you to halfway feel. If you don't feel everything she felt, she wants you to feel it, and that's just in their nature. So it's like I said, it's just crazy. It's crazy out there. Austin, what's happening with you? Happy New Year. Did I freeze? Or is he froze?
Nah, I think
what's going on with it?
What's happening? We just checking in with you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to y'all too.
Yes, sir.
We talk about these women that they want to get back at the men now. They tired of being dogged out, tired of being mistreated. So they cheating back and they doing their thing. And they say it's our fault, the men, black men, fault for them acting like us. They learn how to have sex without feelings, and they blame the black man for that.
Well, I mean, there's no one to blame but themselves.
Right.
You know, either you're going to stay a classy woman or you're going to be whatever it is you want to be. It's your choice. So nobody's fault. Is what you choose to do. If
Right.
you want to go lay up with John, Joe, Harry, Mike, John, Escobar, Louis, whoever, then that's what you're gonna do.
Right. Right. Right.
So the ones who say the previous boyfriends or the previous relationships got them where they don't care, and they was in love with that person, he hurt them, and so they just gonna do them. You don't think that action that guy did created that reaction, or
Man,
you just feel like
it's just like alcohol. You know what I'm saying? It's just something to blame it on.
Right. Right. That's right. That's right. Because it's your
so.
it's your own individual
Austin,
act.
have you seen a good girl go bad though? After a bad relationship,
Well,
someone you knew that was wholesome, true to her man, faithful, and the man dogged out, got a baby on her or something. I'm gonna say she's been through 2 or 3 bad relationships, and now she just out there. So you never seen that?
I don't know. I've never paid attention to it, but nothing makes her go that way. She does that because she wants to. You can blame those relationships. You can blame whatever you want to blame it on, but you don't have to do it. So just because I have 1 or 2 or 3 bad relationships, even if they're in a row, then I'm just learning from those relationships. But it's not going to make me change to the negative. If I'm a virgin and and I get dogged out because I was a virgin, then it's not gonna make me stop being a virgin and turn to somebody that's promiscuous just because of these relationships. That's something that I wanted to end up doing.
The new generation is blaming it on previous relationships, and instead of them getting hurt, they rather just be free and screw who they want to screw, with no strings attached, and that's where the world is going now.
And it still leaves them empty. So there's still nothing there that fills them up, because you and I have been down that road before, where we just one after another, and there was no fulfillment there. But once we found someone that we actually connected with and that we gave our hearts to, and they gave their hearts to us, then
shut it down.
We good.
Right. That's real, man. That is real.
It's no fulfillment in it, but I think instead of getting hurt, women are supposed to be emotional creatures by nature. The new generation is not. They don't. It seems like they desensitized to that. Like back in the Gap, majority of the women, when they have sex with you, they kind of bond with you, and it's up to whatever you guys discuss. Or it's like, man, I shouldn't have done that, because they get attached to us. We used to always say, man, we shouldn't have done that. But nowadays, you could do that and then be like, okay, I'm gonna see how this gonna work. You call up, she was somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like they not looking for no relationship, no serious relationships.
Answer this for me. What's the oldest profession in the world?
I guess prostitution.
Exactly. So that goes to tell you, women have been having sex without feelings or emotions for a long time. And whether it's by happenstance, circumstance, or whatever it is, it's been out there. So we can jump on this kick all they want to, saying, now. No, it's been around. And I don't care what you say. You can say that you're not going to get caught up, you're not going to get attached, but if that's in your nature, it's going to happen.
That's right.
And you still going to get hurt.
I mean, but it never comes to a good end. I don't know I've never seen it really come to a good end as far as on with the women when they have a reputation. You know, they may find a man that don't know them, and get married. But within that town, when you had a reputation, men didn't gravitate towards you like that.
So Austin, Austin, if you know
let me
a
finish.
woman,
I need to finish my point.
go ahead.
Okay. But when you have a reputation like that, you know, it's hard to. That's why it's so hard to pair bond with people. And when you find somebody that's innocent, that really love you and care about you, then you really don't know sometimes if it's love or not. You know, so when you love, when a person in love with you, you can get that individual caught up with you and cause that person to get hurt that didn't do nothing to you. But the ones that abuse you is the ones that you cater to. But when someone finally come in your life, is when you mistreat that person. In a lot of cases, not all cases, but in a lot of cases.
But what about I was young and that's my past. Don't judge me on my past. They was out there hoeing from 16 to 26.
Hey.
And they got a reputation. Their name is out there, but that was my past.
It's human nature to judge. So if you you know, you can overlook somebody's past, but you still gonna judge them based on their past. You still gonna have some issues with some things that they've done, possibly. But if that doesn't keep you from loving them or being with them, then that's a good thing.
I mean, on the cool, hold up. How could you overlook someone that had multiple or a bunch of, I'm gonna say 40 or 50 sex partners between 18 and 25 and take them serious in a relationship?
Well, I mean, people can change, but that wouldn't be my preference. It wouldn't work for me. But for someone that can,
why it wouldn't work for you?
That just wouldn't work for me. That's just not something that I would be interested in pursuing in a real relationship. So I don't care if we move from Bastrop to LA and no one knows her there. You know, that's just not for me.
Do you think she can still have those tendencies? Because, you know, living in a bigger city, it has so many traps and there's so many different options. So do you think that woman always gonna be that particular way?
No, not really. I mean, they
so
can.
You think they can reform? You think they can reform themselves?
Yeah, Black did.
Right.
We talking about a woman though. Can a woman do it?
Right.
Yes, I'm saying if you can do it, then a woman can do it.
Oh no, I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm a person. I feel like me personally. I feel like I can smoke crack and get off of it. That's just how my mental is. And a lot of people can't get off crack. They say once you hit crack, you ain't going back. I feel like I can do crack for 3 days in a row and walk and say I don't want to do it no more and quit. That's just how strong I feel like my mental is. So a lot of people can't do what I do. But yeah, can she be trusted is what Brizzle was asking. If she was promiscuous now and screwing multiple men with no feelings, it's gonna be hard. Like we said on a previous podcast about the body counts, I feel like it's gonna be hard for a woman with a super high, I'm gonna say with a high body count, to actually love and be committed to one man, because she's used to having multiple.
I think she can if she, like, a lot of women work off emotions. So if they find that emotional contact with one person, you probably turned that hoe into a housewife. so to speak.
So
I think
do you believe in the Captain Saver?
No, it
Hey,
ain't
you
got to save them.
you got them, but I mean, and honestly, you got a lot of them around here. You know it just as well as I do. You got a lot of them around Bastrop, but at the
Yeah,
same time,
but I think at the same time they slip out every blue moon and they do their dirt, then they ease on back home to their husband.
I don't know.
That's not
I've seen
necessarily true though. But that's not true of all of them. I mean, there
Yeah.
have been women that have been prostitutes and ended up marrying somebody and being faithful to them until they
Yeah,
end
I
up.
mean, on the cool.
But a lot of them in the game themselves that deal with prostitution, so they understand the dynamic of that life. So
No,
you
On the
find
cool.
a lot of them not man them squares.
I feel
Squares
like
ain't it didn't matter squares.
some
a
of them have.
woman
Some have
a
married their
woman can
John.
actually change quicker than a man. Because I've seen, now that I'm listening to you guys and thinking, I've seen several women that was wilding out and doing them, and when they came in the house, they came in the house. You know what I'm saying? She'd have been there, done that.
So like it ain't nothing else to do.
Yeah. So
Sometimes you get tired of that.
yeah, a woman. But it's something about majority of the men, not saying us, but temptation and a man. And that's why the men was always labeled back in the gap as being the cheaters, as being the liars, as being the weaker when it comes to temptation. That temptation for a man, a lot of men fold. But once a woman has been there, done that, and she gets tired, they do come in and they be the more faithful because it's nothing a man can tell them. And I've heard aunts and everything say it's nothing a man can show them, nothing a man can tell them, because they done been there, done that. If they mess with a guy or go out with him, they chose to do that. They done been there and done that. And they say it don't, sex don't owe them nothing. And so, yeah, I believe, and that's why I preach to a man can find a good woman quicker than a woman can find a good man, because a lot of men fall victim to temptation. A lot of them, majority of them. Why did you mess around? You know what I'm saying? Like Jermaine Dupri had Janet Jackson, but his fame and the fame that he got from dating her made other women come on to him harder than ever, and he slipped up and and he messed around on it. So the temptation gobbles up a lot of us black men more.
Not just black men,
but well, men, but especially us. I'm talking about us though. I ain't white, so I don't know too much about them. But temptation gobbles up a lot of us until you get that maturity stage and you realize it's deeper than sex. But until you reach that maturity level, anything that's fine, got a tight shape that you like, the face that you like, the conversation you like, the income you like, all that's that temptation. And until you mature and find who you feel like your best life partner, we fall victim to that. And so now the women are fed up because they're tired of getting mistreated. They're tired of being ignored. They're tired of they're just tired. So it's like either they're gonna try to become a nun, you know what I'm saying, or they're gonna just do them. So they caught with a choice. And if they like sex, a lot of them go back to their baby daddies if they don't want their reputation. But a lot of them just say, hey, I'm just gonna pick who I pick because that's what the last guy I was with was doing. So I'm gonna do it. So I see where they're coming from. I just don't agree with it because a lot of them have children. A lot of them have daughters. A lot of times the daughters take the role of the mother. And if you out there, she's seeing different men coming in the house or leaving in the morning and different things like that, you raising another slut, So it's like they don't care anymore. You know.
Man, I wish that I wouldn't have done as much stuff as I did when I was younger. I wish that I had the mindset that I have now back then, because I went through, I had some relationships with a number of good women, and I don't know what happened to them later on down the line or what my actions caused for them. But I could have been enjoying this type of peace, love, and happiness a long time ago. So you're right. When you get to that mature stage, whatever time frame that hits you in, then it is a great feeling. It's a lovely feeling. So the thing is finding someone else to hit it at the same time that you do. So if you and that person that you select, if you all aren't grinding like gears, just doing it where you all are in sync with each other emotionally, then it's going to be an issue. And you're just going to keep going through these life situations with different men or different women, depending on which sex you are. And you're going to rack up a number of bodies. So either you can get into a relationship and try to build on emotions and leave sex out of it until you get to a point where you are looking to get married, about to get married, and then you engage in that activity. Or you just keep doing what you're doing and you keep getting in these situations, putting the emotion and the physical in there, and sometimes just the physical, and you keep raising your body count.
I just I hate that. Okay, I got a lot of inboxes of women saying that they want to speak on the topic, but they don't want to put their business out there. My thing is I want to hear the woman that's single, that's doing her. I wish some of them would create a fake page or something and come in without a photo and speak, because they don't want their business out. But the women are saying that when they tried to be good women, they got dogged out. So now they're just doing them. And and we as men shouldn't judge them for doing what they're doing to us, because we did it to them.
Again, that goes back to what I just said. If you meet somebody and y'all not on the same wave emotionally, then you're going to miss that. You're going to get that I got dogged out type of deal. So, and that's on both sides. So, I mean, the best bet is to not put it in the physical realm until you are absolutely sure where you're going. And
man, it's women out there now that's having sex on the first night like it's normal.
Right, because they have tried to normalize it. And that's unfortunate, because women, I try to explain to a woman that you are the prize, that your body is supposed to be the prize. It's supposed to be the treasure, and you're supposed to be the protector of your treasure. And you can't just give it out to everybody, because you end up with an empty box.
Right.
But they giving it up now, big man. They giving it up. I'm talking about.
That's what they said.
Left, right, north, south. You go out there, and like I be telling people, getting sex is easy as hell right now. That's the easiest thing you can do, because I mean they got clubs down here where you just go in there with your mate, and if y'all just want to just do it, y'all can do it with however many people that night. Y'all pay to get in, and y'all just have sex with strangers.
Swinger clubs or whatever that shit called.
Yeah,
it was a story. The guy was telling the tale. It was a story in Georgia. It's a subculture in Atlanta where they engage in orgies, and they have buildings that's in Atlanta. You pay your money.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm talking
they got to invite you. You got to be invited and pay your money, and you engage. And the woman said she had at least 100 men that night, but she probably was exaggerating and just saying she had a lot of sex that night. And that was her husband was off, on a business trip, and she went to this place to have an orgy in Atlanta. This is a true story.
Well, a lot of them go together.
Yeah.
A lot. The married couples go together. I know someone who came to visit us, and they went to that club and stayed till 6 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Left about 10 and stayed to about 6. The lady came back satisfied like a mother. That dude was looking he was shaking he was scratching his head. So right. She had more fun at the club than he did. But like we say, it's easier for a woman to get somebody to, screw them than, I guess the man got to work. Some of them have to work a little harder for it.
Man, a woman can be fine and have just her body can be fine, or it can be out of whack. If she got 3 eyes and 1 leg, somebody gonna knock off.
Somebody gonna knock off. Hey, they posted that picture on Facebook of a woman. Her face was toe up, but she had a fine body. And them guys are putting up under there. Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with it. So it's easy for a woman to get sex, but if she's looking for more than the sex, that's what they don't understand. They like I say, they feel like they can get anybody they want, and but they're not understanding. Like I try to preach to so many of them. That man, he gonna have him 3 women, and you just a number. He gonna have his main. He gonna have the one that he talked to about his main, and he gonna have one more that he go to where he can just lay his head, get a peanut butter jelly sandwich. The kids running around. He lay on the couch, catch him a nap, and she do the gutter stuff to him that the woman at home don't do. So she just falling in that number, and they act like they don't get it. Are they fine with being that? But the chances of a woman finding a good man, a single man that's 100% about them is it's rare. So if they find that, they need to hold on to it, because the way the women are today, the social media, the Snapchat, texts that text messages that disappear in an hour and all that, it's making that trust issue hard for the people that's just out there trying to date. So they're not really taking women and relationships serious. Women not taking men serious. They want to, but they're not. So it's like, if you find someone genuine, you need to hold on to them. But the women are tired of being hurt, so they're afraid to give in to someone who they feel could be genuine. So they are choosing to remain single, where they don't have to answer to nobody or be made a fool if they do answer to somebody. And they just want to have sex and whenever they want to. If it's with Jack today, is with John next week, is with Michael the week after that. But she's not getting hurt, but she's getting sexually satisfied or sexually fulfilled. We're not going to say satisfied, but they're fulfilling the sexual need by going through different men without being dedicated or submissive to one that can potentially dog her out and move around, have a baby on her, make her look like a fool.
My thing is, if you are doing that, when you do get in a relationship, don't be honest. Make sure y'all just don't discuss body count, because I'm serious. Just because it's going to make it hard for that person to trust you. Don't go out and tell everything.
But what if that person asks?
Then you need to tell them.
Low number.
No, don't give a number. Just say, if you're gonna love me, just love me for who I am right now, who I am to you right now.
Yeah.
But I can be walking out in public with this woman that a lot of men that ran through.
And you could possibly be.
I mean, could you do that?
He can.
I have done that. I have done that. I have accepted someone not telling me that. I had to change up my philosophy and my mentality because I was asking women about the number of men that they slept with. And if it was over 3 or over 4, I didn't want
Oh, shit. You ain't talking to no damn body then. Because they, especially if they 30
well,
plus,
we're not talking about this.
they didn't have 30 plus, she didn't had at least 10 men.
This is back earlier. And then I'm still not gonna mess with nobody that has had over a certain number.
Yeah, that's a high body count. Yeah,
I'm not doing 10.
30. Hey, but you gonna date if you doing that, you gonna date 40 plus or something, because majority of, especially the ones 25 and under,
no, the
25s and under already at their 18, 15, 16 sex partner right now. As we
just saying, just saying, yeah,
that's
statistic wise, it's about you should have statistic wise on a normal is about 6.5, 5.5 for a man.
How many years ago was
4.5. That's current.
They talking to somebody.
Regardless of whatever you talking about in the world and how it operates, but they say on average on how much
they talking to people that's 35 plus.
No, we're not talking about people 35 plus on average. That means average this is the average that you should have in your lifetime up to this point.
You should have. Yeah, should have. Because
average. But
because the average person starts having sex now at 13. It's probably 10 years old now.
Yeah, it's about 10 now. Big kid.
Yeah, the average person start having sex at 10 years old now. So by the time they get 17, they didn't at least have 5 to 6.
So you really talking about a 10-year-old with a body count? Well, we
10-year-olds,
they doing it.
They doing it.
Right. They doing it now. If you look into some of the school system,
right?
They doing it.
They doing it. They're having babies. They're having babies at 11 and 12 years old now. 13 used to be the average.
And there be some of the older guys that smashing the young girls. That's the sad part.
They need their head bashed in.
And see, that's the thing, man. Men have allowed sex. Weak-minded men have allowed sex to take over their mind, their body, and their soul. They'll do anything for a feeling.
Right.
A feeling that only lasts for so long. So you done kill people over pussy. You go out and rape.
Yeah, y'all heard about the New Year's that girl that got killed New Year's just got the house last year, and the she 26, she 27. The guy is 20. I think he's 21 now, and he ended up killing her New Year's.
No.
It's trending on the book, but sex is they killing and everything over sex.
Yeah, and see that's what
sex
I'm saying.
Is the main. It's everything. Sex is running the world now.
Yeah, and I mean it's sex has been running the world. You can go back to biblical times and see where they were having orgies and doing this and that and whatnot. So
I know the Romans used to do it, but at one point I thought money was the main thing. But guys are killing people over sex more than they are for somebody robbing them or taking a bad investment over $500,000. They'll take that loss, but let that woman go out and screw somebody behind their back. They ready to kill her and then turn around and kill themselves.
Yeah, I mean, look how many folks that got killed up on the block over a woman,
right?
Back in the day.
Yeah.
So I mean that's always been around, but these are again individual weak-minded men that allow sex and pussy to control them.
Right. That's real. Very real.
So about the women being choosing to be single because they say they're being hurt? Are they single by choice, or are they single? Do you think they're really single because they're hurt?
I think they're single because they're not taking their time and they're trying to rush a relationship rather than nurture a relationship.
I think a lot of them
And a lot of
about choice.
men, I feel, bag out of those relationships because, like I say, once they get in them, that woman's still taking pictures. She's still dressing half naked for social media. She still want to twerk. She still want to do her. And a lot of men ain't trying to get played.
Well, look, you picked her like that, so you can expect her to be like that.
Right. Right.
She's just not gonna start covering up just because y'all got together.
Jay, if you meet a woman in the club, do you think that's an appropriate place to meet somebody in the club?
If you like the club, because that's where you gonna be.
You would seriously date a woman?
Well, I'm talking about
that you met. That's a club hopper.
Yeah. No, so that's what I'm saying. If you like the club, if you meet somebody in the club, then you might as well get ready to start going to the club if you weren't a club hopper. Because that's what she likes to do. If she likes to do that, you had some that were just there because it was their girlfriend.
But don't you think some good girls go to clubs just to kick it every once in a while?
So that's what I'm saying. That's the one off.
Right. Let me ask this. So do you think? Sorry about that. We're dealing with that. Do you think that? Man, I forgot my thought. Y'all go. Because I was going to ask you something, Jay.
You doing like Jeremiah?
I forgot my thought, man. I forgot my thought. It'll come to me.
But yeah, being that I be in the club and I see a lot because of the DJing, it's various reasons why I don't want a club hopper. It's various reasons. I don't knock them. They're just not for me. Now, if she's in the club because it's nothing to do, she don't have a man, it depends on the reason they in the club. But if they just in the club every time it open because they want to turn up and get live, I can't. I don't want a club hopper. I don't want a club hopper. And a lot of times the club hoppers that mess with all the DJs and all the promoters and all the club owners. And I can't be at that spot standing up there with my head in the air. Hey, this is my girl. Yeah, we know her. Shit, I thought she still was with Damon and he the damn club owner. So I'm straight on that. I'm straight on that.
But no, we can't put that on everybody. But so I met this chick at the club and we had a conversation over a period of time. And I was like, yeah, so I saw you at the club and I watched her move, people coming up, asking her to dance or buy her drinks and she's rejecting. So I just slid over to her and I was like, say, I see you kicking all these people to the side. I was like, so what you doing up in here? She was like, I really just come here to listen to the music, get out of the house. My son's dad has him. So I'm just out. I'm free for the weekend. And so, we had our little conversation and come to find out she was a pretty decent chick. She didn't do a lot of running around. She was an artist. She had a good head on her shoulder. And she was really cool. She wasn't.
What about good head on her knees? Did you find that out?
No, we never.
I was just asking, man. I mean, that was a question. I was just wondering.
No,
how far did it go?
We never did connect like that. We went out.
Okay, I was just wondering. That was my point. I was trying to see did it go that far.
Nah, but we didn't click like that. But she was cool, so you can't put that on everybody. But where you find someone at, then you need to evaluate if that person doesn't change. Can you stay with that person? But then on the flip side, sometimes people do change. You know what I'm saying? To meet whatever it is whatever standard it is that this person that they're with has.
Now, I was trying to explain that. Phantom and I had a discussion like that about the women changing. I was telling him that they can change. A woman will change way quicker than a man can change. A woman, once they get tired of doing something, a woman will stop and change.
I know what I wanted to say. I know what I wanted to say. I'm gonna direct this towards James. Jay. What is it that? Why in society it seems that men have to make the adjustment for women more than women have to make the adjustment for men? So we going out, we hanging out, boom, and I see this female, I meet her, we hook up, and it seems like the man has to be more invested in changing than a woman. So if she going to the clubs, just as you said, going to the club, what is it about? It seems that men got to make more adjustments than women. Do you agree with that? And as far as changing and keeping them, and say, okay, if this woman go to the club, you can't stop her from going to the club. So she gonna do what she wants.
And that's basically what he just said. He said, if you meet her in the club, you might as well adjust to the club. Now that's what he said. Now how he answers your question, I don't know.
So why is it that women they're not required to change, but men got to adjust to what women got going on?
Go ahead, Austin.
Well, I put it like this. So on both sides, there are going to be some adjustments, right?
Yeah.
It's just what the adjustments are. The man's going to have to adjust to some things. He may have to adjust to her going to the club, but them going to the club together.
But a lot of women are unwilling, though, Jay. I go to the club. I ain't trying to change, but no, man, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I ain't changing.
Then that's not for you.
Yeah, they're unwilling at that point.
Right.
Now, there's a possibility again. If she's that into you, then she will either cut it down or stop it. Period.
For how long? My man say cut it down. Depends. For how long?
It depends on how she's feeling you and how you holding her down. When you get married,
right? Because it seems that we gotta adjust to women more than they would have to adjust to us. That's what because even when me and Black have a conversation,
yeah, he's saying that the man has to make more sacrifices,
more of the sacrifice
than the woman has to make.
If you want to be with her, you got to do certain things. She don't really have to do too much.
Because that's the man trying to woo the woman. So he makes those adjustments. Now, how long he stays adjusted? How long he stays
totally different.
Adjusted, then
I pretty much have a list of rules. I have my do's and don'ts, what I like, what I don't like, and I let them know when I start dating what I like, what I don't like, and it's an open floor. Anytime, if they can't, I can't do this, you like that, and several have left saying you got too many, rules. You want somebody to be this and that and that. You looking for this and that, and that's not me. And I'm cool with that because I just know what I'm gonna tolerate and what I'm not. It just so happened that I got blessed with someone who's not into nothing that I don't really like.
And that's how it should be. You should have that conversation. And a lot of people are afraid to have that conversation because they're afraid that they're going to run a person off. But if you do run someone off,
Brizzle, I told Phantom that when you have that conversation, you're going to run them off. I ran several off.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about nurses, supervisors at JP Morgan. But I just have my standards on what I'm gonna do. The baby daddy coming over there every week, coming over there thinking he can spend a night and on the couch. I'm not doing that. Y'all that damn close when you got to talk to the baby daddy every day and you got the child. I'm not with that. So if that's how you rolling, that's not me, and I'm fine. Open door.
Right.
Well, I don't see nothing wrong. We co-parenting, but you ain't got to talk to him every damn day. And so I chose to, I can't have you doing that. And if that's something you have to do, I'm not with that. So kick rocks, move around.
Yeah,
Right.
co-parenting shouldn't look like a relationship.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. You should just
And
get
I
back to the
met
person.
ones that was trying to co-parent, and they talked to that guy, hey, hook me up with this and that. Hey, call your uncle and ask him, can he do this for man? What? No. That's too much
Right.
for me.
Right. Right.
You know, text message. What you doing? Is he with you?
Right.
Call me when you get away from him. For what? So no. I have my rules. I have my standards, and I don't bend. Hello, Latanya. We finally have a lady on the line. But she's a lady, so she probably can't relate to a lot of the stuff we talking about on this topic about women saying that they out there hoeing because they got hurt by men, so they don't want to commit anymore, and they just want to do them, have sex with no feelings and move around.
That's just a woman's standard. A woman know what she wants, and she know how to treat a man. So if that's what they choose, that's what they choose.
So they're choosing that.
Yes, they're choosing that.
So it's not
it's not
in your eyesight. It's not that the last 2 or 3 relationships, I was being this faithful woman and I got dogged out, I got taken advantage of. So now I'm just gonna do me. I don't want no relationship, but I like sex. So I'm just gonna have sex without strings attached. I don't want no relationship anymore. So you saying they're choosing that is not necessarily that they're hurt and pushed into that, they're choosing to do that.
Why would you want to be pushed into a relationship till you just go around sleeping with men? Why would you want to do that? But some women have their own preference. But what they should be setting are standards for themselves.
Yeah. So that was basically the same thing that I said earlier. They're choosing to be in these be the way that they're saying that they are.
And see, when you go through things, go ahead.
And so again, they're just
so you don't think that a person, good girl gone bad, you don't think that bad relationships can create bad women or bad men?
Bad relationships can create something in you, but it's your mind that gets you where you need to be. You going out there just doing what you're doing, all of this. Like I say, that's because you choose it. You should know what you want and you should know what you stand for. And that's how you go out amongst the world. Now, bad relationships, they teach us what not to do, what to look for, what not to take in the next relationship. And as you said, go into that relationship saying, hey, this is what's going to make it. And communication is number one. I wouldn't tell them everything because I want them to learn me and I want to learn them. That's how we grow together. But I'm going to have a standard. I've lost too much to not have a standard.
Okay, so before maturity, and I don't know if you would answer this, but before maturity, did you believe in revenge, the get back? He cheat, I'm gonna cheat. Or were you more like, he cheat, fine, I'm just gonna replace him. I'm gonna move around. I'm not gonna degrade myself to get back at him. How did you handle the cheating? If a man ever cheated on you as a woman, seriously, how did you handle the cheating?
I've had that to happen. It's time to go. And I don't go right on to get someone else. I'm doing me right now. And that's not doing me. And that's not going to seeing another man. That's being on my grind. Because it's things I want in life. And if that person don't want to be with me to build, I can do it by myself until I find that right person that want me for me and who I am.
Right. So you didn't believe in the cheat back?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that going to accomplish?
Right.
You getting your tail wet. That's it.
Right.
Well, what you getting your tail wet build for me?
And you always had that mentality?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay.
Let me ask you this, Latanya. These young girls, because I know I met one of my coworkers. She said she can engage because she's into S&M, bondage, different stuff like that. And she said she can be with a man and not have feelings. And multiple parties and not get caught up with the feelings. Do you think that it's possible for a woman to engage with different partners in this and it not affect her feelings, not affect her emotions?
Yes,
Because
that's
you're a woman.
possible.
It's
That is
possible.
possible. Yes, every woman is different. Every
Right.
woman sees things different, they accept things different, and they give out differently. So
Right.
you can't, it's not about judging them. It's just about how they take things and how they receive it and how they give it. Everybody's different.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because
So all of that, women are emotional creatures, and everybody they like. If a woman mess with a guy, cheat on her mate or whatever, she'll never see that man the same, because we feel like she's gonna have some type of emotional attachment to the guy she slept with.
I mean, it may be some emotion there. We all have feelings. So the emotion is going to be there. It's just about how strong are we to get through it and to change.
Right. Wow. Yeah, because when I had that conversation with her, I was wondering how how she blocks the energy, because we know sex carries energy with it. And she said, when she deal with men, she just use protection. She said that she feel that blocks the energy of attaching herself to those
So
men.
she don't use protection?
She used protection with those men to block the energy. She's very stoic.
So protection blocks energy.
Well, based on what she believes, what does she believe? I'm not saying that's the case, but
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. That the men use protection, and that's how she blocked the energy and the attachment. But I don't know with that. She said that. But hey, and she's very stoic, very not emotional. And she can turn on and off from what I saw of her. So and she know how to do that, as far as turning on and off.
She in the S&M.
Yeah, she in the S&M.
So you just got you met you a bona fide freak.
She in the bondage. And she said when she was married, she said she was like that. She said when she came in the world that she thought about sex all the time. She thought about it all the time. And when she was growing up and she got married and she asked her husband about it, now her ex-husband asked her husband about it. He said, what do you think? Asking him, what do you think about spanking me and stuff like that? He said, no, I don't want to hurt you like that. So she said that she had to suppress what she was feeling until they got a divorce. And it was always in her to do that, and she does that right now.
She should have told him all that before they got married.
Yeah, she said she's been that way. She said she's.
He should have went and got him a whip.
All in life. But you gotta deal with people. You gotta deal with people that's on your level, and that may not be your speed.
And how old is she?
She's 45 now. She kind of up in age doing that.
And she freaky like that?
Yeah, 45 years old.
So you got to have a whip to go in the bedroom with her.
Well, she said she have somebody in particular to do that. She said she have different men for different roles. Yeah. So she got different.
You hear what's out there, Latanya?
It's real.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
It says she got different men for different roles.
Austin, you hear that? She want a whip in the bedroom at 45.
Yeah. She's 45 years. I said, man, how old are you? She said, I'm 40. I guessed her age. She said, how you know? He said, yeah, I'm 45. So she's 45 years old doing S&M.
Man.
Well, I mean, everybody's
to each his own,
Everybody like their own thing.
They got.
Like I said, I got a free girl out here that's into the sex swing and stuff. She be getting caught up in the sex swing, and and stuck in it and all that stuff. But you know,
And Jay, she said it's people in Dallas that's into that. You know, they had a little clique, so she's into that clique of S&M. Yeah, so it's real. It's real.
Yeah, I mean, you got all types out there.
Yeah,
sex is hell. I told y'all on several podcasts, several broadcasts that this is a sex society that we are living in. Yeah. People will choose sex over money today.
It's sex over food, but
yeah,
I mean, but that's just the mentality of some people. They've been conditioned to think that sex is this great thing, and women and women know that sex can be used as a tool.
Yeah, as a tool.
Yeah. In order to get whatever it is that they want. So, you know.
But the deal is like Latanya said, it comes with maturity and the type of person you choosing to be with. At the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. And if that woman is not on a mature level, that sex ruling everything can make or break the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it can make or break it. And I just hate it's like that, because sex should not have that big of a hold on nobody's relationship, because anything can happen, just like beauty. Beauty fades. As you age, that beauty gonna fade, and so is sex. As you be with a person, that sex gonna change. There's only so many positions that you can try. Once you done ran through all them positions and you probably found maybe 4 that are your favorites, then what? You try to create 1 or 2 of them, but there's only so many sexual positions. So when that runs out, then what? Does that make or break the relationship?
I think it's more some people are just addicted to it. I think that some people like I was saying earlier, that some women, they've been molested by their uncles, they've been molested by their fathers, and their fathers going into them at 5 years old, all the way up to their 12 and 13 years old. So when you do this and you really kill that woman in the inside by doing her like this, taking advantage of her, because this is supposed to be a man that I love, is my dad. That's the first man you love in your life, is your father, and he doing this to me. And right today, I met some good women, but at the core of them, that have happened to them, and they very hard and very managed and hard, because they had to protect themselves. So a lot of times when I meet women and they tell me their story, I kind of have a little bit, more compassion.
Well, a lot of women that's been molested to them are freaky. They like sex. A lot of
them. because that's their way. Because I asked that's their way to express that they want somebody. They want that love. They want somebody to love them. And I know a partner of mine, his old lady, she died from AIDS. She ended up getting HIV. What happened was, and she affected him as well as it affected, because she was very attractive, extremely attractive, but she just had AIDS. She said that she was telling them the story, said that when her father touched her and had sex with her, she said that's what she thought, how she expressed love to men. So it could be her father, it could be her cousin, it could be any male person that she knows, to offer herself to show love towards this man. So she started having sex with a lot of men, and she ended up getting HIV. She eventually died from AIDS. Attractive woman. She just had.
And this is in Monroe?
Yeah, this was in Monroe. And my partner, he ended up getting HIV behind having sex with her. But it started off with her being shown, this is how you express love, is through sex. And we're gonna give yourself to a man to show him that you like him. So, and that's all she knew. So that's all she knew. She looked good. She got the sex, and she affected a lot of men in Monroe.
Let's see
Yeah,
again.
she affected a lot
That's
of men.
that's what I'm saying. That why is sex so important that you would sleep with your child, your offspring?
Yeah, that's a
Why?
sick individual. That's a sick individual because I know in Islam, you get killed. They stone you to death. If you rape a woman, if you in a society that don't allow fornication and you get caught, you get killed. The reason for that is that you dealing with a woman in adultery, you murdering the family, and you murdering two trusts between the people, so you killed that family. So if you raping a woman, you done
I just feel like
from her, taking something from her that she can't get back anymore, and that's her chastity, and to give herself to her husband. She can't do that because
I feel like in today's society, majority of the women need to have the mentality. When you 30 plus, you need to have the mentality that Latanya's saying, because of the way the economy in society is, you should be working on seriously securing that bag instead of wetting your ass. I guess we should say.
Well,
So,
I mean, that should be instilled coming up, all the way up. Again, just out there having sex, wearing out your body. What are you getting out of it except for a feeling for a few minutes?
Yeah, man. They saying the global sex trade is $180 billion a year. $180 billion a year in the sex trade. And this in prostitution. This is in prostitution, just globally.
Yeah.
So everybody's
men that you still see women as chattel, as nothing but property, or simply as nothing but toys.
Right. But they putting themselves, a lot of them are putting themselves
some of them are putting themselves out there like that, but the ones that aren't. So the ones that are being sex trafficked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we always talking about the women this and the women that, and we're supposed to hold them at such high esteem, but that's only talk, because what you see are men constantly and consistently disrespecting women, using them for sex toys, if you will. And it was a comment out there earlier in the week on the book saying something about that old saying, a man would be a man. Yeah. And I was like, it's time to change that, because what a man, just because you are titled a man, that doesn't mean that you're an actual man. Sometimes you're still a little boy that's playing with human toys. Right.
Yeah, but
you can break those toys.
A lot of times, though, women want that respect, but they're not giving you nothing to respect.
Right.
They half naked on social media.
They
want to go out to the restaurant with their titties all out, so another man or whoever can look at them.
That's their choice.
So if you want that respect, a lot of times the women of today are not giving the man nothing to respect, because they looking at the way them women dressing on social media, the way they dressing on Love and Hip Hop, the way they dressing on all these shows, and they feel like you supposed to think they sexy because you dating them or with them, and you supposed to feel happy and your head up in the air because she got her titties all out, nibbles, titties and stuff showing, her ass showing.
The thing is, somebody will. Whoever likes that, that's what they're gonna go after. So that's not the person for you. You go after someone that's more covered up, more concealed. So someone is gonna like her, and then you're gonna like what you like. So that still doesn't give them the right to be disrespected.
No, it don't give them the right to be disrespected. And
but why they showing the world? They show the world everything they got.
I hear they say that's their right, but we we're gonna marry you, we're gonna be involved in relationships with you.
You don't have
somebody. No, not me as an individual.
That's what I'm saying.
But somebody gonna be involved in a relationship. We just can't have the attitude towards our women that they're gonna do, because other nations of people don't do that. Even on the job where I'm at, the women on that job, the men protect those women on the job, from the Brazilians to the Congolese to all other groups of people that's on the job where I work at. They respect their women. It's just us, and the women that don't say they don't need no man. They don't even talk like that. But it's us that think that's okay and they do what they want to do. But
so Jay, a woman dressing half naked, she respecting herself.
You belong to us as our natural counterpart. You belong to us. So why shouldn't we care? That the reason why it's like that.
The thing is, we have to look at the region of the world that they come from, their traditions, their cultures. So in the United States, women
and they don't respect us. Yeah, and they don't respect us. And it's a lot of them that have gone around the world and they look at black women as tarts in America. They look at them. They think that all what they see with the G-string, not to cut you off, I apologize.
No, you're good.
But to cut them, to see them on rap videos with the G-string, they think all black women are like this. A lot of them have the attitude like that all black women are like this. They're tarts, and we know that they're not. And we know that they're not.
If you look on social media, TikTok, Instagram, and you see the number of women with OnlyFans pages.
Yeah.
And you tell me what ethnicity they are.
Black.
Nope. You're absolutely incorrect.
Well, okay, what's the percentage?
I can't I don't have data to show that.
All right.
But from what I've seen, but from what I've seen,
Latina.
Mm-hmm. But back to what you were saying, huh?
Latina.
I mean, they're all different ethnicities. I mean, you had a chick on there with the jihad on with a OnlyFans. Hijab. I'm sorry. Hijab with the doing the same thing. So they're out there.
And that's what I was telling Phantom that the other week.
And the
other day actually that just because they are Muslim or in a religion, them women want to have sex too. But
the thing is, nothing is wrong with sex. Sex is natural. Sex is for procreation. That it's the misuse of it. That's the issue. Everybody's attracted. Everybody has a sexual attraction. As men, we got sexual attraction to female. As square as I am, and the lack thereof that I'm getting, I like females. So we gonna put that out there. So, but it's the misuse of sex where it got to be a bartering system with sex. It has to be. That's where the issue comes. Is when you can become so broken that these young girls are delusional with OnlyFans, thinking that OnlyFans gonna last forever. When nature's gonna take its course and you're gonna get older, and if you don't have nothing in place, it can be a problem. So that's what I'm pointing out. That sex is something natural. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just
majority of the ones that's doing the OnlyFans, if you dig into their background, I bet you they've been hurt by a man that they was in love with.
Well, right. I mean, you can say that about anybody, because there have been a number of women that have been hurt by a man, a number of men that have been hurt by a woman. That's just a part of having a relationship. That's just a part of life experience. And once we learn that just because you're with someone doesn't mean that you're going to be with them forever, or just because you're attracted to someone, that doesn't mean that they're your person.
Right.
You're going to get hurt. Just accept the fact
that's
you're going to get hurt.
Game.
It's not even a part of a game. It's part of life. It's part of your life experience. You're going to get hurt at some point.
Yeah.
It's how you recover from that hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that's real.
Because I'm quite sure. I mean, I take a relationship, my past relationship. Both of us we ended up being hurt. We hurt each other. But
Right.
then out of that, I found the best thing for me that causes me no pain, that causes me no hurt. If I wouldn't have gone through that tragedy, then I wouldn't have found my greatness.
Right.
So you just can't give up. You learn, like Latanya said, you learn from that experience that you had, that life experience that you had, and you know what to look for next time. You learn what you like and what you don't like, how you want to be treated and how you don't want to be treated.
Right.
So you don't just go off and say the hell with it and just start hoeing. You learn from that and still keep your, I guess, your identity and your pride and move on to the next.
Yeah.
But many are tired of doing that. The women that come in it, okay, Jay Phantom put up a post that said, do women cheat back? And the response that he got in the inboxes that they were saying, yeah, I cheat back because I'm tired of being dogged out. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of doing that. So yeah, they cheat back.
Okay, and that's their choice to do that. But why put yourself in that situation when you're not hurting anyone but yourself?
They don't
Right.
think that. But then, and that's what I said to one of them. I was like, if he messed around, if he went behind your back, he cheated on you, that shows you right there that he's not in love with you. So you going sleeping with his friend or a co-worker and different stuff like that, you're not hurting him because he stepped out on you initially. But she said she got comfort in knowing that she did something because he did something. And she was 40 years old.
Just an excuse.
So it's not an age thing anymore. Like a female posted, she said, D Black, it's not an age thing. That's just that person. Back in the Gap, people looked at their age and they'll say, you know what? I'm too old to be hoeing. I'm too old to be getting back. Damn that nigga. If he want to go out and sleep with the whole city, I don't care. I'm not finna degrade myself. Right. The new breed, they don't care how old they are or whatever. I'm gonna do me. And that's just how it is now.
Again, that's just an excuse. That's just an excuse.
Right.
Man, you've been saying that from the beginning of time. Austin feels like whatever you do is because you want to do it. Can nobody make you do anything? Can nobody alter your mind? If you do it, you choose to do it. And he been saying that from the beginning.
Right.
And when I've cheated before, it wasn't because someone made me cheat. It's because that's what I wanted to do. I saw something that I wanted and I engaged in it.
Right.
You know, if I drive fast, no one can make me drive fast. I do it because I want to.
Right. Wow. Yeah, man. And then this is an interesting fact that you got more men on content creation on OnlyFans than women.
More men what?
On OnlyFans than women. Yeah. They making some bread too. I know Bad Barbie, she made about 50 million. Black China made 20 million.
What'd you say, Tanya?
Can he confirm that? You know, these people, it doesn't matter what they're making. This is their preference of what they want to do. Making a name for yourself is just like peer pressure because you don't know what they're doing this for. And like he said, if you go out there and cheat, it's because that's something that you wanted to do. They just gave you an open door to go ahead and do what you wanted to do anyway and be more open with it.
Right.
We all have a mind of our own and we all know what we want in life. Period.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's true. That's extremely true. Yeah, it's because I'm gonna get the statistics. I know it's
but I could see why men are more and why they making more money because there's a shortage of men. There's a lot of lonely women out there
Well,
because
you
there's a
have,
shortage
you have to
of
understand
men.
that you have to understand that it's not only women that are looking at them.
That's right. You got gay men looking at them.
I don't
Yeah,
even
you
want
got
to
gay
think
men.
on that level, but I feel you.
No, it's just
That's
what it
just
is.
facts.
It's just what it is. You know, it's just what it is.
But you know, like I say, the women are it's fewer men out there because of the gay men, because of the trannies, because they dying. We dying. Black man is still dying at an alarming rate. We're incarcerated. Black man is incarcerated at an alarming rate. So that makes it more women than it is available men out there. So I could see the male black male having more OnlyFans than a woman, because that woman, and then the women pay. I had a cousin that was a gigolo in California, and he got paid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got paid, and like he said, we used to tease him because he always used to mess with the heavier set women. But he said, hey, they pay like they weigh. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he didn't mind. He get dressed and put that cologne on real good to go over there to them big women. And I was like, all right, you know, you do your thing.
Yeah, I got a coworker, man, that you know, a man would pay him to have sex with his wife while he watched. And he did this for a long time. He'd get off work.
Yeah, we Austin and I have a partner that was doing that.
Yeah, and he paid him. You know, he paid him. He was cool with him. And
somebody we grew up with, but I would be nervous because I never know when that man gonna come in there and shoot. So I couldn't do that.
Day. No, he'd be in the room watching.
I couldn't do that.
Be in the room. Yeah. So
I couldn't do that because my aim is to please, and I know how I'm gonna please, and he gonna get mad at me. So I couldn't do that.
Right.
I couldn't do that.
It was this guy and this lady. They were in a relationship, and they brought in this other lady into the relationship, or just for sex. He was a police officer, and while he was having sex with this other lady, his girlfriend got pissed off and pulled his service weapon and shot both of them.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, it's something that just happened like that. That's on Facebook now and it's trending. It's called, you can Google it. It's called Threesome Gone Wrong. They were doing a threesome. One of the guys that was in the threesome got mad and killed the other guy during the act. Pulled his gun out, killed him.
So you really run the risk because it's still a human emotion. We could say it's just for the sex, but people get caught up in jealousy.
Some people get caught up. That's what I call Tinder dick. When the guy have sex and it's supposed to be strictly sex, and he gets feelings for the woman.
Yeah. Right.
You
That's
know.
true.
So I'm about to jump off of here, but
yeah, we finna land the plane.
We wrapping it up.
Yeah, we landed the
but
plane.
it was this guy and his chick. They was having sex with a pig. They got mad at the pig. Now he baking and pork chops.
Yeah, boy, you stupid.
Yeah, so
he's always coming with something.
Yeah, Jay, go ahead and get your last remark because we landed the plane.
Do your last remark, Austin. Are we to blame, or are women just doing what they want to do?
Women are using that as an excuse to do what they want to do. No one can make you do anything that you don't want to do. You use those experiences, those life experiences as teaching points, and don't degrade yourself. If you feel like you're supposed to be special, then you're going to act like you're supposed to be special. Right. And you're not going to share your treasure with everyone else, because sooner or later your treasure box is going to be empty and nothing but a large hole.
For sure. That's what's up. Jay, I appreciate you for coming on, man. Appreciate
what about Tanya? Let her get her last comments. Are women pushed into being single and having multiple sex partners, or is that really what they want to do?
Like I said, they're not going to do it if they don't want to do it. That's just what they want in life.
So that's
I mean,
that's just the cop out. So all the women that's saying that, that's bullshit, basically.
that's just how they feel. I mean, and I'm not knocking them for what they want to do. That's on them. But at the same token, like you say, it's all respect yourself, because you are a beautiful Black woman. Respect that.
Right. We appreciate that.
That's real.
That. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Like always, it was a pleasure. And like I say, it's a lost generation. So anytime you can come on here and educate them, it's always a pleasure to have you to speak to them. Because
and come back when we be having. He gonna let you know when we have something.
Yeah, because these women, the new generation is totally lost. They don't have any self-respect, and that's where a lot of these topics come from. I pull out the negativity that's going on and hoping that someone a female will come on here, or a mature woman could come on here and try to make them think, a little deeper about self-respect, because a lot of the women, the new women of today, this new generation don't have self-respect. It's just all about, I'm gonna do me, damn him if he do it, I'm gonna do it, and that ain't how the women used to think. The women used to think, if he want to go out there and do that, you can have her. That's what that's what they used to say, you can have that bitch. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just go off and sleep with nobody. They waited to the person that they felt like should be the next person that was worthy of being with them. But these days it's not like that. They'll get anybody who been in their inbox, any coworker, anybody who that they know, and they'll just have sex with them. Right. In hopes of hurting that other person and not thinking about them degrading their body, and that man gonna go back to who he originally want to be with, and you was just he just fulfilled your need for the moment. And like you say, I don't knock what they're doing, but they need to think a little bit more before they do it. That's just my take on it. Right. But this is the first show of the new year. Phantom, what do you think about it?
Man, everything has a consequence. We all of us, God gave us free will. Reward is in the good and the bad. So if we could take it and roll with it, you deal with it. Dealing with that, I know sometimes the circumstances dealing with women that cause them to do what they do, and sometimes they just doing their thing. And it is what it is. And those type of women, for any man that don't want to engage in that life, some women that you may need to move around and deal with, what's in your lane. So just dealing with them, man, if that's what they choose to do, that's on them. But if they accept the circumstances that come behind it, to each his own. Black.
But we thank everybody for tuning in and commenting, and Fat Boy, Austin.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Ashley Whaley, Tiger. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate everybody who tuned in to check out the first show of the year. And we got more to come. And just stay tuned. And don't be afraid to speak on it. Y'all gonna have to create y'all some fake pages, because a lot of them inbox me saying that I need to go to Messenger or something because they don't want their mate to know how they really feel or something like that. If you in a relationship or something like that and you want to be a part of comment, just create a fake page and just come on and do you. Right. But we out, and until next Thursday, peace.
Peace.
I'm out.